हेलो दोस्तों, वेटरन्स नमस्कार। मैं बताना चाहूँगा कि भारतीय मजदूर संघ के आर्य साहब ने जो पत्र बैंक पेंशन अपडेशन पर और एक्सग्रेशिया रिव्यू पर और हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस पर एक पत्र लिखा था डीएफएस को। वो पत्र काफ़ी बड़ा था और उसी के संदर्भ में एक जेएन शुक्ला साहब ने भी पत्र लिखा अभी डीएफएस को, जो बदल गई हैं मैडम। तो पहले मौर्य साहब थे, अब मैडम आ गई हैं। तो इस समय आपको जो मैं बता रहा हूँ ये सेकंड पार्ट है। पहला जो पार्ट था पेंशन अपडेशन, इसके बारे में काफ़ी कुछ बचा चुका हूँ और वो कम से कम 12-13 मिनट का आपका वो था लेक्चर, क्योंकि एक में रखने पर आप भी बोर हो जाते और मैं भी बनाते बनाते बोर हो जाता। अब एक्सग्रेशिया रिव्यू और हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस पेंशन इसको भी पढ़ के बताऊंगा, क्योंकि इतना बड़ा लेटर है कि ये जो आईपैड का स्क्रीन है इस पर वो नहीं आ सकता। अब क्योंकि आपको पढ़ के बता देता हूँ कि क्या गया है। इसकी रिक्वायरमेंट थी बहुत ज़्यादा हमारे बैंक पेंशनर से, क्या लिखा है तो 3 विषयों पर लिखा है: पेंशन अपडेशन, एक्सग्रेशिया रिव्यू और हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस ऑफ पेंशनर्स। इन 3 चीज़ों में लिखा है। अब मैं एक्सग्रेशिया रिव्यू 2024 और 25 के बारे में लगाऊँ। नंबर 1, however, keeping in view the great resentment among pensioners, your good office has allocated 1% additional load to pay an ex gratia amount on given matrix to all pensioners as of 31/10/2022 from November 2022. It is very negligible amount and don't attract any DA. However, it has been agreed to review ex gratia amount on yearly basis starting from April 2024, but it has also not commenced so far. It amounts to breach of settlement under ID Act. We quote below the para 36 of the 12th BS dated 8/3/2024 dealing in ex gratia matter. Ex gratia for pension including SPI. The unions associations have been demanding periodical updation of pension along with wage revision settlements. The issue regarding updation of pension is already sub judice before various courts including the Honorable Supreme Court. The unions associations requested that without prejudice to the court cases, some ex gratia may be extended to the pensioners, family pensioners, and it has been agreed that some ex gratia amount could be considered for the current bipartite period from 1/11/2022 to 31/10/2027. The issue was discussed further and accordingly it has been agreed that as one-time measure applicable for the current bipartite settlement joint note period commencing from November 2022 to October 2027, monthly ex gratia amount shall be paid in addition to the pension, family pension paid by the public sector banks, including SBI, to pensioners and family pensioners who became eligible to draw pension on or before 31st October 2022, including those who retired on 31/10/2022. The said ex gratia amount shall not attract any other allowance, including dearness allowance, dearness leave. The next review of the ex gratia amount shall be undertaken in April 2024 and thereafter shall be subject to review annually and as mutually agreed between the IBA and the unions and associations. It is written in most unambiguous terms. The next review of ex gratia amount shall be undertaken April 2024 and thereafter shall be subject to review annually. Preceding this term, it is said that said ex gratia amount shall not attract any other allowance, include dearness allowance, dearness leave. Motive of ex gratia amount review is very clear: to maintain the purchasing power of ex gratia amount through annual review. As far as periodicity of ex gratia is concerned, it is very clearly written: one-time measure applicable for the current bipartite settlement joint note periodic कमेंसिंग फ्रॉम नवंबर 2022 और 2027। बड़ा स्पष्ट रूप से कहा कि आपके एक्स ग्रेशिया के कमिटमेंट में स्पष्ट लिखा हुआ है कि आप एक्स ग्रेशिया का रिव्यू करेंगे। 2024 में आपने नहीं किया। अब तीसरी बात इसमें हेल्थ केयर पे इन्होंने लिखा, हेल्थ केयर इंश्योरेंस डिफरेंट वेलफेयर प्रैक्टिसेस वर ट्रेडिशनली प्रेवलेंट एट द बैंक लेवल टू रैशनलाइज एंड स्ट्रीमलाइन दोज प्रेवलेंट प्रैक्टिसेस। द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फाइनेंस, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज इश्यू नोटिफिकेशन नंबर दे रखा है इन्हें, कोई डेटेड 22 अक्टूबर 2009, constituting a committee under the chairmanship of Dr. A.K. Khandelwal and entrusted it to the responsibility of studying human resources and make appropriate recommendations thereon. The committee submitted its report on 24/6/2010 in chapter 12.3 of its report. The committee has given recommendations regarding staff welfare issues in allocation and utilization of welfare funds. It was conveyed वाइट DFS लेटर नंबर दे रखा है 24/2/2012 पैरा 2 of above referred letter of DFS under. It is further established that no cash payment shall be made to employees except for medical and educational expenses. Banks may consider the option of group insurance policies for both serving and retired employees instead of direct payment of benefit from the fund. Banks have not done anything of the sort after sitting on DFS letter for over 3 years. In 2015, they brokered 2 GHI, one for working and other for retired. Working's premiums were paid by banks while for retired on them. Some banks have offer some subsidy provided retired take IBA approved GHI policy. Only one bank, Bank of Baroda, gives subsidy on any policy. It is only Bank of Baroda which from beginning has been giving subsidy greater than all. It is really ashamed that PNB, second to SBI, gives rupees 2,500 as subsidy provided one take IBA approved NIC policy. Bank is incentivizing or promoting NIC policy, not the interest of its retired bankmen. Greatest irony is where minimum health security to all has been the aim of welfare funds allocation, banks have failed to do this. You will be shocked to know that 80% retired bankmen are without any health security. As per KYC report, 25% of welfare fund is earmarked for health insurance of retired and 25% for working. All working bankmen, their spouses, children and parents are given GHI from bank cost, definitely from WF. When workmen with average 5 family members can be covered in GHI, why family pensioners can't be? Where 25% of WF meant for retired health goes is question. From the presentation on the above issues, it is clear that there are agreement under the ID Act 1947 for pension updation and Ex-gratia amount review. The subordinate legislation is VPR 995 with provision of pension updation. Further, DFS letter dated 24/2/2012 clearly states about DHI of working and retired persons. The required funds for GHI have also been provided by the government since 2012. In the press release issued by DFS on 5/8/2024, the previously allocated welfare fund of 540 crore have been increased to 845 crore, but the situation of extreme indifference is such that no one is listening to the painful suffering of the pensioner. We request you to please give your personal attention to resolve our issues, for which bank pensioners will be grateful to you throughout your life. With respectful regards, yours sincerely, Girish Chandra Arya, All India Secretary, in charge Financial Sector. ये इन्होंने लिखा है और ये दो चीज़ों को कवर किया है इसमें, एक्सग्रेसिया और दूसरा कवर किया हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस। और पहले मैंने बैंक पेंशन अपडेशन का कर दिया था, 12-13 मिनट पहले हो गए थे और ये हो गए आपके 9 मिनट, तो 21 मिनट का लगभग ये था। बहुत जल्दी पढ़ा है मैंने ये। अब मैं आशा करता हूँ कि जो लेटर था BMS आर्य साहब का, जिसकी बहुत ज़्यादा डिमांड हो रही थी हमारे पेंशनर से, वो मैंने दोनों लेटर यहाँ पर डाल दिए। अब इसको यहीं ख़त्म करूँगा। थैंक यू धन्यवाद।